We have helped multiple direct primary care clinics or DPC clinics automate acquisition for their business. Essentially, we've got a proven system that generates leads, which are local businesses who then come to the practice and sign up their employees. In this video, I'm going to walk through that exact system that we use such that they get more signups every single month. So just for some context, I've got here DPC calls that we've generated in the past 12 months, I believe, 10 months. We've generated 442 calls for direct primary care clinics with local businesses. So each of these might sign up 5 employees, 15 employees, 20 employees. Okay, so each of these are very valuable lead to the business because it results in multiple streams of recurring revenue. And if you want some more social proof, here's a few clinics that we've worked with, me talking to them, and some replies that we've generated for them. So what is it that we're doing? Very simply, we are emailing prospects. We are then getting replies to those emails and nurturing those replies into booked calls. Those booked calls then arrange some sort of sales meeting. Either the DPC practice will go to the local business because it's going to be in the local area, or the owner or the decision maker at the local business will come to the clinic, or you can meet up for coffee, but typically it's one of those two things. We generate calls booked, and we do this by emailing other local businesses that are in the area about the direct primary care services that can be offered, and we generate positive replies like this. So here's some examples of positive replies that come in off the back of the emails that we've sent. Hi Scott, I'm open to hearing about your options. Feel free to call anytime tomorrow. Thanks. Okay, so yes, let's have a chat. Hi Jen, just visited your website and saw that you're offering insurance options to supplement your direct primary care practice. I assume that you're Jen that was licensed to sell health insurance in Texas on February of this year. We're an independent agency specializing in solutions for small businesses. My wife and I have been licensed for over 40 years. We'll be happy to see if we can use your DPC practice to drive more cost-effective and attractive solutions to our small business clients. Give me a call and we can discuss. All right. So yes, you're getting businesses that want to sign up their employees, but you're also going to be getting just other business opportunities, networking opportunities that can result in more business down the line. Good morning, Tuesday at 1 p.m. works for me. You can reach me on this phone number. Hello, I was actually looking into this. Can we schedule a call to go over this? So we generate these positive responses, and then you can see how we either, if they don't have their phone number, we ask for their phone number, or we just book them in for a call. We generate these responses by building a list of target companies in the local area, and then we send them a personalized email. And this is roughly the main email sequence that we use to generate these results. And it's super simple. So, hey Tom, we're also in Northwest San Antonio, right? Because you're emailing a local audience. And what that means is you really want to leverage that piece of information to build trust. Because the number one thing that you're overcoming is that prospects innately do not trust you. So if you can say that you're in the same area, that's going to really help with that. So we offer healthcare to local businesses for $90 a month per employee, and we thought you guys could be a good fit. One of the main reasons why people sign up for direct primary care services is because it's cheaper than traditional health insurance. So leverage that. Let me know if you're interested in learning a bit more and we can tee up a quick chat. Appreciate it. So we test out this one and we also test out this one. We're also in Northwest San Antonio, so not too far from you. Just reaching out to see if getting affordable healthcare is an issue for your business. Let me know if it is and I can break down how we've solved this for businesses similar to yours. Okay. So these are the two things that we test and we get calls off both of them. I would say this one works probably a little bit better, but it's always nice to be split testing against something. And then this is sort of the magic of the outreach that we do is we then say, hey, sorry, I know you're busy. Thought I'd make a quick video saying hello. And we send them a personalized video. The video is not actually personalized, but it's overlaid on their website so they feel like it's personalized. And the script that the client says, or what you'd say, is written in such a way that the prospect cannot tell that it's not made for them. And then again, just breaking down what we do. And so when they click on this GIF, and the GIF's on their website, so it makes them be like, oh, I want to click on it. It goes to something like this, and then they would click on it, and it would go through the video of talking and saying hello and scrolling on the website. And why this works is because you're also another local business in the area, and now you've made them a video, and you probably look like them and you sound like them, and now all the fears around this being some scammy cold email are gone, right? Because they've seen you, they've heard you, they know that you're like 3 streets over, so they're going to probably respond, okay? And that is really what you want with cold email, okay? So this is the process that you need to go through in order to set up this such that you can email people, get these responses, and book in calls. We've got the cold email infrastructure set up. Essentially, your ability to send these emails without burning your primary email accounts. You would not want to do this off your main email accounts because you might go to spam. And once you start going to spam, then your actual business emails that you send out on a day-to-day will also start going to spam, and that's not good. So you want to send out a separate infrastructure to do this. You need to then scrape emails of target companies, and they're typically just local companies, and we typically scrape companies that are a 45-minute drive time or less from the location. If you're in a bigger city, you can lower the drive time. If you're more rural, you can increase the drive time. You then need to write the copy, or you can just copy the copy that we've got. You need to set up the personalized video automation, which I'll talk about. You need to send out the right amount of emails. The volume needs to be correct. And then you need to reply and book in calls. So this essentially is what needs to be done if you want to consistently sign businesses to bring their employees into your clinic. Okay. So cold email infrastructure. If you just send these emails manually from your work email, you run into two main issues. One, it's going to take you a lot of time. We're going to talk about how many we send per month, but it's 6,000. So you're not going to want to do that manually, and it may burn your email accounts. Right? If someone marks it as spam, which is essentially what spam is, if someone thinks this email is spam and marks it as such, then your typical emails are going to start going to spam also. Because of this, you want to set it up using a cold email infrastructure that helps with your sending. If you're just starting out, I'd recommend using one of these two and buying the email accounts, e.g. the accounts that you're going to use to send these emails, just in the app, because it's going to save you time. It'll be slightly more expensive, but it will save you time. So this is what they look like. This is what Smartly looks like. This is what Instantly looks like. We use SmartLead for ourselves. We have used Instantly in the past, but we moved to SmartLead because of reasons that don't really matter here. But Instantly is perfectly good if you want to do this. There's no problem with Instantly. You would then need to warm the email accounts for 2 weeks before using them. This is super important. Essentially, you set up a fresh new, probably in this case, you want to set up Gmail accounts because you're targeting a local audience, and most local service businesses, which is probably the majority of them that you'll be hitting up, use a Gmail. So you want to use a Gmail account. Okay. You can't just buy an account and start sending. You typically buy them and start warming them, which is where they go into a pool with a whole lot of other accounts which are warming, and they all send each other emails. And if you're using the SmartLead or Instantly pools, then there's tens of millions of email accounts in those pools. So they're perfectly good. I would recommend using them. And then while they're warming, so you get this up, you start warming them. While they're warming, you can start doing the following things. Scraping emails of target companies. Okay. So there's lots of ways to scrape emails of target companies. We use a Google Maps scraper because we're mostly targeting local businesses. So what you can do is, if you do, let's say you make this search, right? You go to Maps, Google Maps, and you make this search. Cool. So it's going to pull up all of these family law firms that are in Austin, Texas, right? So what you want to do is you want to put in the location where the your DPC practice is located, and then you're going to do family law firms, and you're going to do about 100 other search terms to try and cover as many of the different types of businesses as possible. And you're going to go down, and you're probably going to scrape the top 30 that come up in each of them. Okay, and that is how you're going to build your lead list. So I'll get to this in a second. That's the logic behind what you're doing. You're making this search, you're going here, then you're going to the website of all of them, then you're trying to find the email accounts and the name of the owner or the person that you want to contact at each of them, okay? That obviously seems extremely time consuming, so you want to automate it in some way. So we do this by using a scraper called Phantom Buster, and I'm just going to say now Phantom Buster is relatively expensive, so I'm not recommending them for everyone to use. There's lots of other cheap options on the market that can do the same thing. We just happen to be using Phantom Buster. When you set up your Phantom, you want to, that's what it's called out, when you set up your scrape, what you want to do is, instead of just setting it up for one search term, you're going to connect it to essentially a Google Doc and say, hey, I want you to go down and scrape all of these, right? And what we do is, if we put Austin, Texas, USA, you can see that it's going to go and scrape all of these things. And essentially what we do is we do the scrape, and then we swap them out for these ones, and then we just swap them out for these ones. We don't do them all at once because there's just issues where, if the client leaves after X amount of months and we've scraped all these things and we've spent money that we didn't need to spend. So you want to automate this in some way, and we use a mixture of Google Sheets and Phantom Buster to automate this, such that you can just put in your location, put it into here, and scrape them instead of going through manually, which will obviously take you literally days to do that. So that is how we do that. We have since built our own scraper in-house to do this, such that we don't even need to go through Phantom Buster. But the logic is the same. The logic is that you've got one location, you've got probably 100 different types of businesses that could be used, and then you essentially put them through, scrape them, and build a list like that. Okay, writing the copy. So this copy is, the email that initially gets sent to the prospect. The goal of the copy is to get them to book a call. A mistake that we often see is that the clinic wants to write copy that is super long and they try and explain everything. The goal isn't to try and explain everything. You need to explain everything over the phone because you don't know where the prospect's at. Most prospects don't know what a direct primary care clinic does. Majority of prospects. So saying like, hey, we're a direct primary care clinic doesn't really help them that much. So I would talk about affordable healthcare, and then over the phone, you can explain what that actually means. Okay. So this is the copy we typically start with because it gets good results majority of the time. Hey, first name, we're also in area. We're also in South London. So not too far from you. We offer healthcare to South London businesses for as little as price per adult, and we thought you guys could be a good fit. Let me know if you're interested in learning a bit more, and we can have a quick chat. Appreciate it. Right? Just start with that. That'll work the majority of the time. If it's not working, then you can start testing like, hey, do you want to come in for a free checkout? You can offer free checkouts to business owners in the local area, and then from there try and sell them, this sort of thing. Okay. So we find we get better results if we send out this personalized video, and we use PitchLane to do this. So I'll show you what PitchLane looks like. And we are partnered with PitchLane, so there should be a link below this video if you want to try it out to get some sort of discount. Okay, so PitchLane will connect straight into your Smart Lead account, but essentially PitchLane's the software we use where you can shoot the video once and it can go and overlay them onto each prospect's website. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So each prospect, and this is, I just thought it'd be good to do our account. So each prospect, if I go here, is going to get, and this is going to be me, each prospect is going to get their own video that looks like this, for them, right? And then the next prospect is going to get their own video, right? The only thing that's different about the videos is that it says video for first name and it's overlaid on their particular website, okay? So this helps build trust, and that is really the goal with these initial cold emails. They're top of funnel. You want to build trust, get them on a phone call, and then try and sell them. So the video is only shot once, but overlaid over each individual prospect's website, so it feels personal. And you write the script in such a way and deliver it in such a way that the prospect cannot tell that it wasn't specifically made for them. Okay. So crunching the numbers, for most DPC practices, we send out around 6,000 emails per month. And this is a two-step sequence. So each prospect gets 2 emails, which means we reach out to around 3,000 prospects per month. Our reply rate is around 5%, okay, which is pretty solid, which means we get about 150 replies a month. Our booked call rate is around 0.5%, so we get around 15 calls a month, okay? And then depending on the clinic, some clinics close 1 in 3, some clinics close 1 in 2, some clinics close 1 in 5. It really depends then on the clinic. Okay. If you are serious about getting leads for your DPC clinic, there should be a link below this video where you can book in a call with somebody in our team and we can see if you are a good fit. If you're not ready for a call yet, you should be able to click on a video on screen now that's going to show you the updated system that you can use to send Loom video outreach to get calls booked today. See you there. Peace.